Everyone, to this first press release of today of our new Rubikore series. My name is Christian Pedersen. I'm the head of product management here at Dali, and together with me today I have Thomas Holm, who's our senior product specialist, and I have another Thomas Holm, who's our COO and responsible of all the cabinet and speaker manufacturing. And today we're going to walk you through in detail our new Rubikore range. 2 years ago we launched our flagship, the Core, with the promise that the technology and the learnings from this project would find their way into other models and also more affordable models. Last year we followed up with the first delivery of that promise with the introduction of the Epicor 11, and now the time has got to the Rubikore. The name Rubikore is basically because it's an evolution of its predecessor, the Rubicon series, where we've taken what we've learned from the Core and the Epicor and put it into this range to give it a significant improvement. It's a speaker that really lifts the performance of its predecessor to new heights. We are very excited about it, and hope you are as well. And for the next hour or so, we'll talk about the technologies, the Dali philosophies, and of course we're going to play some really nice tracks so you can get a feel for the potential and the performance of these
presentation before, and might recognize this hybrid tweeter that we use in many of our systems. We absolutely love this configuration in a tweeter driver because we're basically using the best of both worlds in tweeter designs. The soft dome tweeter is completely new, and it's heavily inspired by the Dali Core in the fact that we don't use any ferrofluid in the magnet gap in this new tweeter. The reason we remove the ferrofluid is because we have a principle, a sound design principle of low loss. We don't want the speaker introducing mechanical, electrical losses into the signal and hereby restricting the movement and the sound coming out to your ears. And if you can imagine, if you place a voice coil that has to move 10, 12,000 times back and forth a second into a bath of oil, that will restrict those fine movements, especially when we turn down the volume because it's very low level as well. So by removing the oil, we can get much more freedom in the movement of the driver, much lower distortion, and much better transient responses, like you just heard on some of the classical guitar tracks, that it just sounds so natural. There's no sharp edges to when he's plucking his guitar and stuff like that. So it gives us a freedom of the sound. And that's something we learned from the Core. It makes the tweeter much more difficult to produce, much more expensive to produce, but we just couldn't live without it once we got to know it from the Evo K unit that we use in Core and Epicor. The reason we use this planar magnetic tweeter driver is because all domes, no matter if it's a soft dome like we love to use or it's a metal dome or whatever, they will lose their dispersion when they go upwards in frequency. They become more directional. And the typical thing you would then do if you're only using a dome is that you would point your speaker inwards to your listening position to preserve that energy. We have a wide dispersion principle. We like to listen to our speakers off axis because that gives us a better horizontal energy distribution in the room and makes all of you get a better stereo image. So we introduced the planar magnetic tweeter driver because that one has no problems with keeping the dispersion upwards in frequency. So all the way up to around 34,000 hertz and down to where the mid-range takes over at around 2 kilohertz, we have the exact same dispersion all the way through. So we don't angle our loudspeakers inwards. That's actually an acronym for Dali, don't angle loudspeakers inwards. Resonances on the driver and get the exact weight ratio.
Walking through streets that are dead, walking with you in my head. My feet are so tired, my brain is so wide, and the clouds are weeping. Did I hear someone tell a lie? Did I hear someone's distant cry? I spoke like a child,